So guys, we are going to have an interview with Stephen Kenwright. He is head of search, right?
Yep,
at Branded 3.
Yep.
So how everything going in Branded 3 nowadays? Because it was rebranded, right?
So we got acquired a little while ago. Everything seems good.
Acquired, cool.
Main thing on at the minute is Search Leads, our conference, which
tell me more about Search Leads because I'm very excited about this one.
Yeah, you've spoken before, right? So
yeah, I've spoken.
We're back in June, and it'll be the third time that we've done it. The second time that we've done it at Leeds Arena. Mm-hmm. So last year we had about 1,500 people. So
yeah, it was amazing,
Brighton,
actually, guys. What I can say, it was amazing. I love it.
Awesome. Thank you. But so apart from Brighton, it's the biggest one in the country, and hopefully, touch wood, we are going to be bigger than that this year. Really cool speakers, 3 stages.
Awesome.
Few speakers who are here today, so looking forward to that one in June.
Awesome, lovely. So, and talking about Branded 3, so you started working there in 2012, so that's like 6 years, almost 6 years. That's a long way. So what was the biggest change with Google that affected your work? Really affected?
So what I would say, so today is actually my 6th year at Branded 3 as of literally today. So
congratulations, bam!
Thanks. 27th of April 2012, my first day was a Monday. Penguin 1 rolled out the Friday before, so I didn't see...
It was on Friday?
Yeah, so
So Google has a very strange sense of humor.
Absolutely, so I didn't see pre-Penguin SEO, really. So I guess that's the biggest change in terms of kind of witnessing the early stages of an agency trying to do things a little bit differently. We were lucky we didn't really lose any clients at Penguin. Naturally, the way that we built links has had to change over the years pretty quickly as well. But I would say that kind of transitional period of 2012, 2013, where it just wasn't feasible to pay bloggers for links anymore, and transitioning through to a more PR style of link building.
So you were just restructuring everything and building everything from scratch.
Absolutely. And our style of doing things is literally someone walks in, Patrick, our founder, walks in one day and goes, "Hey, stop what you're doing, everyone. We're not doing this anymore. Down tools for about 3 days while we work out what we're going to do instead." So it's not a well thought out transition period of any sort. So we've kind of come out the other side of that, and I'd say that's the biggest early stages transition that I was part of while I've been in SEO, definitely.
But nowadays, an debate about mobile, it's not really affecting so much, It's like, what you were waiting, what was slowly kind of development during the time, so it wasn't like
Yeah, I think even the bits of the industry that have jumped up very quickly, things like the mobile friendly update, etc., which have got a kind of hard date for switching over. We realistically maybe had one client who didn't have a mobile site 5 years before that, so it's kind of not affected us a whole lot. Some of the more recent changes, and generally speaking, our clients are all very up to date with things like HTTPS and being on board with that.
Yeah, HTTPS, that's more like, kind of, let's say, so thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because still a lot of websites, especially digital marketing expert websites like mine, are still not on HTTPS.
Yeah.
So I want to move actually digital inputs to HTTPS because I can, I want to rank well in Google, and I think it's like a factor. I want to see how it's going.
Yeah.
Because we are still at kind of a small website, and it's not should be
absolutely.
when you are small, it's not such a big deal.
It's not everything. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So on June 27th, your dog turned 5.
Yeah.
So the gift was sausages.
Yep.
What's going to be next one gift?
So we give him sausages instead of a cake, and we put candles in the number of sausages. So he'll have 6 sausages this time.
So that was because I was counting on Instagram whether it was 5 or not because I wasn't certain. So you add one more.
Yeah, we'll add another sausage. And he's gluten free as well. So he's a gluten free dog, and our gluten free sausages. It's not. He's not supposed to eat gluten. It's not just because we're like hipsters or something with the dog.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. So let's talk about BrightonSEO because we are today at BrightonSEO, and you're going to have a speech about.
So I'm talking about how reporting should be changed depending on who you're talking to.
So very interesting.
I think we've got coming from an agency perspective particularly, and having seen a lot of other agencies' reports, because naturally when we start working with the client, they have a way of doing things. They maybe send us a previous report, maybe they just say this is what the kind of things that we used to have reported on are. See a lot of different reporting, and I think we as an industry have a tendency to say we want everything in one place. We want this dashboard that has absolutely every bit of data you could possibly imagine, and the more data we have, the better. And that's not necessarily helpful for getting things done. It's not really useful for
It's very time consuming actually. Do you have a special person who's just like, just a client sends an email, I want a special report, a special person replies like, here you go.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have?
And what naturally happens is the people who sign off budget, the people who have the money to do the things that you want to do, the more budget they have, the less they understand the report that you've just sent them. So I'm talking about how actually we maybe should have different styles of reports for different people, but also how can we automate that so that it's not more time consuming to build more reports, it's actually less time consuming to just build them all once. And
that's going to be amazing, because each time it's like, it's a nightmare, because like, you think that it's going to work.
Yeah.
Like we know as well, mostly I try to go on high level, so I'm not going down.
Yeah.
But some people, they're like, I've heard about rankings, so let's take a look at rankings on a daily basis. By the way, I'm going to find correlations between daily drop down and like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. So I think one of the central things that I want to talk about, that I'll be talking about this afternoon, is most of the people who care about revenue don't care about rankings, and most of the people who care about rankings don't really care about revenue. So you want to separate those things out and talk to different people about what's kind of effectively a predictor metric of what might be happening, and actually a performance metric of how much money have we made. They're for separate people.
Okay, yeah, that's the same like actually at work. You have different people with whom you communicate, and you can communicate the same message in different ways.
Absolutely.
So yeah, it's kind of a similar dilemma that you might have at your work as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, so thank you, Stephen, for being with us. Thank you for and good luck with your BrightonSEO talk. It's going to happen?
Yes, 4 o'clock.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, Alex.